Oh, look at that, extreme.
All right, here we are, Peter Hour Tacos.
Yeah. I'm standing in for Pat Lobianco, right?
Yeah, so what's he normally say?
Oh, I'm sorry, and Margarita Bar.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I totally missed that one. Totally missed it.
Yep, see what happens when Pat's not here.
See, Pat, that's on you. He didn't give me cue cards.
All right, so welcome to the Breakdown Live. We're here to talk about the NAL meeting. We're going to talk a little bit about, we had in Orlando.
We've had a few things go on this week, haven't we?
Yeah.
I mean, it started, I don't even know, today's Monday. I don't even know what day it is. There's so much going on. From last Thursday to announcing our new head coach, right?
Yes.
Spectacular.
Ricky Walls.
Everybody's excited about that. And then we went right into Friday, Saturday, Sunday for the NAL meetings that we had, right?
Yep, and then I was pretty much shot.
Yeah, pretty much. That's why I said I don't know what day it is. And then
that's why when John said the show's tonight, I was like, what show?
Which one are we doing? And then when we found out that Pat couldn't make it tonight because he had a prior engagement, he had something to do, I was like, so who you having up there? And he
goes, the other guy that was tired.
So anyways, but welcome everybody to the Breakdown Live. Did I do that all right?
Yeah, yep, you got that one. Yep, you got that one.
So I'll do my best to fill in for Pat, but we've got some things we'll go over, and then we have our special guest tonight.
Yep, before we do that, we're going to talk a little bit about like maybe some college scores, like some of the games that you watched. I know.
Don't do that.
I know. Yeah, we'll start off. You watched that South Florida game, didn't you?
Yes.
Yeah.
My hat's off to USF. We were watching that one, and I'm
31-28. What given 24.5?
Yeah.
They should win by 2 points, right?
And you would think they would have came off the week before after being upset. The week before they would have a vengeance out there and they would just run through them last Saturday. But nope, one field goal made the difference, or a missed field goal made the difference, didn't it?
Yes, absolutely. But yeah, I was pretty impressed. South Florida, they did well. You know what I mean?
Oh, no, hats off to them. They did fantastic.
Absolutely. Congratulations to them. I know they didn't win the game, but they definitely, Florida can't say poop, shit.
No, it was sad. I'm trying, if I said what I really wanted to say, I'd tick off a lot of people like Brian Cheney.
Yeah. So then another upsetting game for me was Penn State Auburn. I mean, I know Penn State's number 22 and Auburn, it's just that the kids were getting so hyped up in Auburn. My daughter was an Auburn gymnast, so we're in contact still and with different people there and how much enthused the stadium was going to be and how loud. It didn't matter.
No.
It did not matter.
And then,
go ahead.
How about, and that was a sad one for you because I'm
always rooting for Auburn. But I'm a Penn State man. I like linebackers. I've been, with Paterno and that stuff back in the day.
Well, you used to go to their camps, right?
Yeah, I brought we brought a half a team up there from Father Lopez. I got to go in our lineman actually was the player of the camp. So we went up in Coach Franklin's office, got to meet with him and everything about, possibly getting him on the team. It was pretty impressive. Yeah. So the camp was great. We spent a few days up there, up in a place I never heard of, but everybody in the country knows where it is and heard of it. Puzzatani. So we got to see him come out of the hole.
Yeah, there you go.
You know what? So all around the town. Yeah. What is it? What comes out? He sees his shadow.
Yep.
He sees his shadow. So there's little statues of him all over the town. It's funny, like in front of the bank, in front of the general store. It's a pretty cool place.
What is it? Is that the gopher? What is that? IT. Who comes out to show his shadow and means winter's still on? Yeah, but what kind of rodent is he?
We're having a brain freeze. It's not a raccoon. It's a
groundhog.
It's a groundhog.
Hey,
I know. Hey, people were yelling out there, groundhog, you stupid. It's Groundhog
That's
Day.
Groundhog's Day.
It's not Raccoon Day?
No. It's not Ferret Day either. Not Ferret Day either. So, but and then, well, how about that finish to the Appalachian State game?
Oh yeah.
Hail Mary.
Oh yeah. Yep. That's kind of like the Jets game yesterday.
Yeah.
That was crazy at the end too. The minute 55. Scored 2 touchdowns and there was some pissed off Browns.
5 touchdowns in 2 minutes.
Yeah, that was a crazy game. Also, FSU 35, Louisville 31. Yep,
There you
that
go,
was
Will.
another win. But there you got that was a lot tighter game than they thought too, right?
Yeah.
So there was a lot of close games except for the Georgia game and Alabama. I mean, Alabama 63-7, and then you got your Georgia 48-7. But another one, I follow Oregon because they took our quarterback from Auburn, actually left and went there, and they were 25 playing number 12 BYU and beat them 41-20. So,
because you guys had pretty much a swap, right? Bo went there, and then the new quarterback came.
and then all of a sudden we get one from over there. So that portal moved a lot of people around.
Yes, it did.
So that was cool though. Good weekend of football, and a lot of meetings for us, day in, day out. But every time I could, we got a break. I was looking at my phone, checking out scores.
Yep. Yes, he was. Yes, he was. But, oh, you know what? I will say that. So while we're here, happy anniversary to you and Jennifer. Everybody, this is how committed this man is. He was at the NAL conference, while his wife was gracious and nice enough to let him go during their anniversary.
Yes. It was my anniversary, and but we've been together, married 34, together for 38, and it was like, she was like, whatever you got to do, John. So, but yep.
Was that your present, actually, just not being around her and giving her a break?
Yeah, that's what it was.
That's what I thought.
You're not going to be around for 3 days? Thank you. Put a bow on that. But,
she wants more anniversaries. So.
Oh, shoot. So, I don't know, are we going to bring up a guest now that I think we may have in the audience?
We might as well bring up the guests, right? And then we'll talk about, some of the rules and some of the stuff that was going on, and we'll go from there.
Let's see if you can guess from the pictures. How come the TV's not on with the video?
Oh, wow, man, that's back in Tampa.
Wow.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to talk all loud.
No, that's right. Make sure your mic's good. Number 22, there you go.
Yes, sir.
Everybody recognizes that face, don't they?
I'm good.
That smile's contagious.
There you go. Look that way.
All right. Hi, hey, how's everybody doing?
We got Herky Walls on.
Turkey Walls here.
Coach,
I got John
Coach.
to my right.
Herky Walls.
John to my left. It's all good.
There we go.
It's for real. I mean, it is real, John.
Absolutely.
All right, we're real, and we had an interesting weekend, didn't we?
Yes, sir. We were at a conference, NAL. We talked all kinds of stuff, things to make the game better,
Yes.
improvement, and what? Let's go over some of the stuff. I know one of the things everybody's going to start texting and emailing us or whatever is about the referees. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But we're supporting the refs. They plan on doing some official training in the off season right now. They're going to do a bunch of training. They're possibly going to be flying different coaches around the league that know the game and are really good at it throughout the league. So this way, everybody gets better at it.
This is a different game. You got to remember, some of those referees, they're refereeing Division
College,
I game, high school games.
Division I.
When they come to us in the springtime, there's so many different rules that's different than the rules that we have in arena football.
Absolutely.
So that's some of the things that we went over this past weekend. One rule, if you don't mind me talking about it,
you can talk about anything.
is that, remember back in the day, John and Shawn, where if there's an interception and then there's a lineman coming and he doesn't see the block, you can't blindside anymore.
Yep.
You have to be able to throw your hands up, and it's a shield.
Yep.
So that's one rule that I'm big about, because I don't want any of my kids.
No.
Even though it looks great in the stands, it looks great and it looks great in the film, but we want to be safety first.
So they're talking about a halo around the receiver, defenseless, I should say, because once you get the ball, whether it's off the net,
Now,
whatever.
what Sean's talking about
You're
is
talking about off the net.
off
Right,
the net. Now,
right.
here's a rule that they didn't have back in my day.
Yep.
There's a kickoff, okay? And the returner has to physically turn his back to catch the ball off the net. Well, on the 5-yard line, there's a halo. You can't cross that line until he receives the ball. But if the ball hits the net or hits the rail and it bounces out, it's a live ball.
Live ball.
So it's going to be a very interesting game. I'm glad they put that one rule in, because
Yeah, we don't want somebody actually picking up the ball, be facing the other way, trying to catch it off the net.
And
then,
land-basted.
The second he catches it,
Yeah.
it'd be
these kids are bigger, they're stronger, they're faster now, and we
Yeah,
just
because
don't
when
want-
you played, and they were about halfway down the field. Now they'll be right at your back.
Oh yeah, these kids are different now.
Yeah.
You got 300, 302, 315 pounds of men running like 4.4, 4.5, 4.6 40s, and it's a 50-yard field. So I like that rule. There's something else I'll talk to you about, but go ahead.
And in full disclosure, some of these things we're going to talk about were brought up in the meeting. We were told we were okay to talk about most of the stuff. Doesn't mean it's solidified yet. So don't come back to John Herkey and I and go, you told me.
Yeah.
We're letting you know just some of the discussions that we had, because we know
Discussions.
that referees was a big thing on fan side. But again, they're doing the best they can. And just like Herkey said, and especially in the first couple of weeks, it's an adjustment for them too.
Absolutely.
They're trying to switch gears from high school to college to arena, and the rules are so different, and a split-second decision, right?
And it's a fast-paced game.
Right.
It's such a quick. I mean, like for an example, if there's like an out route and he catches the ball, but he goes over the wall, is that a catch or not? So they have to make a split decision. But we do have what we call instant replay.
And speaking of instant replay, so
That was
they're
interesting.
actually going to be making it a lot better. They're trying to have a specific ref
Yes.
that's going to be monitoring the game, monitoring the calls,
Right.
so this way they can make a decision right from the sidelines.
That's correct.
Adding another ref on the field, possibly.
And that's
Six
going to be
reps,
wonderful. It's going to be 6 referees opposed to 5. And that 6th referee is going to help out a lot.
In the holding going downfield.
Yeah, so
too.
there's going to, exactly. So, in our league, there's high motion. When they come off the line of scrimmage, 2 things can happen. Either they can get jammed or they can hold. Well, they haven't been calling that a lot, but they're going to be able to call that this year. Another thing that I think was important about the spearing.
Yes.
The spearing is so important, because we don't want these kids to collide.
Well, see, you heard me, like I'm old school football,
Yes, I
right?
am too.
You know what I mean? And I don't like the rule that they have in the NFL, like with helmet-to-helmet contact right now, because there's nothing. I mean, I'm a runner, right? And I'm a linebacker. I'm coming in there 1,000 miles an hour. I'm lowering. Now, that doesn't mean I'm lowering my head to spear you. But when you lower your elevation
Correct,
too,
correct.
now what happens,
That's
right?
right, yeah.
I don't know what elevation you're going to be at when I hit you. That's what's upsetting, and I brought it up at the meeting, that he gets to lower any level he wants, and if I lower to try to go lower than him and he lowers, I'm ejected.
You're injected, yeah. And
That's the only bad part I don't
That's the
want.
bad part about that.
And I still don't want anybody to get hurt, you know what I mean? And do it the way, but there's got to be something that if he changes his elevation, that drastically before the hit, then it's not, because he didn't intentionally
Sure.
lower his head
Sure.
to
He's
hit
just
him
protecting himself.
head to head.
He's just
Yeah.
protecting himself. Another rule, I don't have to worry about it because I don't have any dreads. But if the dreadlocks are out of the helmet and they're on the shoulder pads, if I grab his dreadlocks,
It's legal.
it's legal.
Oh,
and I
yeah.
can pull him down and tackle him. But horse collaring, you can't. It's horse collars here or back here.
Yep.
So
Anywhere around the rim of the
anywhere,
head.
yeah.
Yep.
So that rule is, I think it's important.
That's a good rule.
That's a real good rule because the rules that we went over is to not only to speed the game up, but also to protect the players. And that's what I'm all about. We're going to teach that in practice. We're going to teach how to tackle. And I know these men, they already know how to tackle. But what we want to be able to do is make sure they do it safely. And we got some big men that's going to be rolling around. You can call holding every play if you choose to.
You can do that in college, NFL, you know what I mean? If you break down the line and break down. No, if you break down,
that's good.
anyway,
That's good, John. That was good.
you'll see
He
it.
didn't make
You'll
that up.
see
That
it
was
every
actually
time.
good.
There's holding every play. I get it.
yeah.
You got to catch something. But one of the things that the ref, which I didn't carry on with the conversation, we have so much stuff going on, but you know when it's away from the ball, I was concerned about being away from the ball on a pass because if I hold you
Right.
and it's away from the ball, but you're a receiver, that changes everything. That's not away from the ball.
That's correct. That's
You know
correct.
what
But-
I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because now I didn't throw it to him because he wasn't open because you held him. Or you would have been around the ball.
That's correct. And some of these rules, fans, I just want to let you know, they're trying their best. We're trying to work together and to speed the game up. I want to speed the game up.
Yeah, over 3 hours, no way.
Yeah, we want to speed the game up. We want you to have a great time. But the rules, I'm so glad we went over them this past weekend.
Yep. Another thing, speaking of the refs, they came with a very, very awesome presentation of how they're going to try to fix and help us make the game better. I was pretty impressed. You, Shawn?
Yes,
I know.
was.
I know you're trying to fix lighting and stuff.
you
I
know
know.
I am.
You're like a deer. He's like a deer. He's like a deer in a headlight.
That's driving me nuts.
Staring at the light.
I'm like, that's driving me nuts. But I had to,
Don't worry about it. We're
I
good.
had to bring Brittany over. Now, there we go.
There's one thing that we talked about. I think you guys were in the owner's part, and it was just the coaches,
Head coaches and the refs.
and the refs, and we were talking about fan safety, player safety. This is important, fans. I know you guys are right there, and the coaches are right there. We're trying to make everyone safe. So with that being said, there's a rule where we can't go beyond the numbers. We just can't, and we have to be 10 yards from the line of scrimmage. Now, if there's an interception and they come up the sideline and a fan tries to reach out and grab a ball, you're in play. So as a player, I'm going to try to do whatever I can to avoid you, but if I run into your arm, you stuck your hand out. Understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Another thing, the ball over the wall. They land on you. Well,
Rip the ball out of their hand.
The other team. The other team.
yeah, the other thing.
Rip the ball out of their hand.
But what I'm
Because if
saying-
they don't
Our
come back
team,
up-
push it in, push it
I'm
in.
sorry. I wasn't supposed to go there?
No.
Oh, I'm
no.
sorry.
But what I'm saying is, you know how in baseball they say play ball? You better keep your eyes open.
Yep.
Because it's a fast-paced game, and guys are going to, the guys will go over the walls. You just got to protect yourself.
Even when it's all the way on the other side, and those bombs, like that little boy that happened at our game, he
Yep.
got hit. It was all the way down there, but they threw a bomb. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And he was right at the wall talking, and
Oh,
they came
yeah.
right over. He was all right, but he got hit.
He did. He got taken
He
out.
went flying. You have to pay attention.
Yeah.
As long as the ball snapped and you're in those first couple rows,
Yes, correct.
it can come to you. You
It
got to
can.
look. I don't care if it's all the way at the other line.
You got to keep your eyes open, head on the swivel.
Yep.
Another rule that I love, I'm going to love it, is that the three specialists. Remember the three
Yep.
specialists?
Yep.
That's going to help special teams. And I'm looking forward to that because now there's going to be even a more exciting on kickoff returns. If you've never seen arena football with the full nets, it's a whole nother dimension of the offense, and I'm looking forward to the Nets coming back.
Can we see a picture, John?
I was just going to say.
Maybe we can see a picture. Maybe, I think we brought this for you.
So
We're talking about it.
Okay.
we know you're excited about this.
I'm so excited. And while they're trying to bring the picture up, I'm going to try to give you a demonstration. The higher the ball is kicked, let's say this is the top part, this is the middle part, and this is the lower part. Okay, here we go. Very good, very good. Look at the net. Okay, if you guys got when they kick off, the higher the ball hits, it's going to drop down. In the middle, it's going to go partially the way out. But if they kick the ball and it hits close to the bottom, it's going to kick out. So what we're going to teach our specialists or our returners is you got to know the pace of the ball. You got to understand where the ball is hitting. Now, here's something that I wish they would do, but they said we can't. You see the in-between nets? You see that?
That's the deuce, baby.
That's where it's called the deuce. What I wanted, or what I proposed, was when the opposing team kicks off, they score a deuce. I wanted the return guy to be able to feel it off the net, the soft net, and take it to the house and have a chance to score. Because what that's going to do, that's going to tell the kickoff team, you better hustle down, instead of when they do make the deuce. You understand what I'm saying?
I get
Well,
you.
we will have an opportunity, but it's called a dead ball.
Yep.
And the reason is because not only do they celebrate the two, right, the deuce, you get it at the 5.
That's correct. That's
So
right. That's right.
it's 2 wins for them, so that's why it's a dead ball.
And let me do this. I want to say this. This is to all the people who are going to be on the team and you score a touchdown. They do not want you to dunk the ball on the nets.
Oh, no.
Tell them why, because
don't
of
touch
the
the
Nets.
Yes.
The Nets will be a huge fine for our players.
Games and practice.
Yes, no matter when. The nets are not to be touched, because if you touch the net, you're going to change the tension. You're going to slide down some of the zip ties that's got to be on the sides.
That's
The
correct.
nets are off limits to everybody, and there'll be a massive fine.
It's a safety hazard.
And yes, sir. And there's no hanging from the bottom, because these kids, they can jump now.
Oh, yeah.
They can
The
hang
nets,
from the bottom.
you don't
and
touch the net.
We don't want to do that. So I'm excited. I'm going to try to get in shape, John and Shawn, to catch the ball off the net.
And show them?
Huh?
And you're going to show them, right?
I'm going to show them how to do it. I'm going to get in shape to do that. But I'm excited about the nets, and I'm excited about the rule changes. But we're trying to protect these kids. We're trying to make the game fun by speeding it up.
Yep.
I will not be throwing a lot of challenges, because you know what, John? If they held you, they held you. Just get better.
Yep. And it's going to be certain things that it's just, it's not worth throwing the flag.
No, it's not.
But you'll be better, but sometimes you try to freaking flag.
Well, yeah. I like that.
I'm not sure if you caught that, Hershey.
I would be looking.
Did I say that out loud?
I would be looking to my staff. And they will be talking to me. Hey, you better throw that.
If you hear a gun go off, a big boom, and you see a big red thing land in the field, throw the flag.
So just walk out to the ref. So what? That's funny.
That's good.
That's too funny. Or if you see him toss me out onto the field, that means go right out there. Because he'll have tendency if he
But
just
listen. Hey, listen. You only get 2 challenges. If you win both challenges, you get 1 more.
Yep.
But here's what I love about it.
I hope we never have to throw it.
Me too. Because that means that the game is being called. The referees are doing their job. And listen, I'm going to try not to get in front of referees and say, hey, man, you made a bad call. Because they're trying their best.
Yep.
Just like we as coaches, we as an organization, we're trying our best to make this a fun game. It's a fun league. And we want it to be fast. Because I'm like you, John. We don't need a 3.5, 4 hour game.
No, we need a 3-hour game.
No. Now,
Um,
before you move on,
yeah, go ahead.
I just want to stay on the nets for a second because it's important that everybody knows because this came up. Some people didn't know. On these nets, they're all the same tension.
Correct.
They all have to be, we're going to come up with the schematics.
If it's 85 squares across in
We're
the
going to
center,
say every
it has to be.
rip tie has to be,
Yes.
it's the same for everybody. So it's the same tension so that when you go to an away team, right?
It's gonna be
You
the
want to
same.
know that you test that
That's right.
net and it's the same give on there. So,
That's correct.
that's one thing. Everything's going to be across the board for every team just to make it.
Absolutely.
And what I like about that is that the returner, and I'm going to have at least 2 or 3 returners that know exactly how to return it because that's going to be one of our weapons.
Yeah, that's a
here's
weapon
another
in
thing.
itself.
I want y'all to think about this. You're on the 10-yard line going in. The Predators on the 10-yard line going in for a touchdown. And it's 4th down, and there's no more time left, and we're down by 3. What do you think I'm going to do? I'm not going to kick a field goal. What I'm going to do, I might play it off the net. So if you throw the ball on the net and we receive it, it's a touchdown. But here's what happens. Let's say the quarterback throws it.
Now,
He cannot.
I don't think people just caught what you just said.
They didn't, did they?
Because
No.
it gives another option instead of just kicking, right? Now
Instead
you
of
have
just
another
kicking.
tool as a
That's
coach.
right. See, don't
You
tell
throw
me.
it into the net,
net.
and catch it off the net.
Off the net. Touchdown.
Touchdown.
Now,
That's pretty cool.
That's the Herky
listen,
way.
Listen, I'm just telling you what I'm planning on doing. If I got some guys, some receivers that I know are tall, you know what I'm going to do? We're going to play basketball. We're going to play old school, sandlot, box you out, and guess what I love about it? If the referee throws a flag, it won't be on the offense. It's going to be on the defense. So guess what? Now I get another set of downs. They move us up. Now, I'm telling you right now, I'm going to have such a great fullback that we're going to run the ball down their throat.
Well, then I think last year, if we had the nets, we would have done better because there was so many high throws that we may have to play it off the net.
That's true.
No matter where it was.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Oh, let's talk
Hey,
about,
no, I'm just kidding.
Let's talk about this real quick. Let's talk about this. On the kickoff, the opposing team is kicking off to the Orlando Predators. If they kick the ball, correct me if I'm wrong, if they kick the ball outside the nets, guess who gets 1 point?
The 1 point was shot down.
Yeah, I think it might have been shot down.
No, it wasn't,
Yeah.
was it?
Yeah.
It was shut down?
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Remember
we're
that?
just gonna go
that disclaimer I put on
Yeah,
before we started?
yeah.
Okay.
You
Yeah.
didn't hear me outside?
Was that, you didn't want
Oh
it?
yeah, I was yelling. No,
You
I
wanted
it.
Well, I'll be honest with you. So
Explain to
I'll
him
explain the rule.
Yeah.
What we were talking about is if it was kicked out of bounds, you get 1
Intentionally.
point.
Yeah.
Intentionally.
Right.
Intentionally, you kick it out of bounds, they get a point, and it gets brought to the 20.
Correct.
Okay, I was thinking about it, and I'm thinking about, and what happened with me, you know how I talk about when coaches sometimes they get tunnel vision, that they don't look outside the box. Well, I got into the coach's tunnel vision of basically 4 minutes and less in the game.
Correct.
That's all I was thinking about.
Sure.
All I was thinking about. So when I was thinking about that, I was like, the 1 point isn't going to matter, right? And there's no other really rule that you do something wrong and it's a point.
And what's the
in any,
deterrent?
right?
Yep.
So I was kind of not really into it, you know. And then actually
Another
gentleman,
coach,
another
coach,
yeah,
yeah.
another owner brought up.
Our owner, I'm sorry, I wasn't owner.
Yeah,
Yep.
I don't even want to tell you how the votes changed, but that's
let's
neither
stick
here nor
right
there.
to
But
this.
long story
I must
short,
not have been in
I don't
there.
need his head shooting
Long
off the
story
ground.
short, I was like, wait a minute. You're right, because if we're playing, we want to make the game faster.
Fast, yeah.
We want to make it more exciting for the fans. We want you to hit the net.
Correct.
We want to keep it in there. So I was like, well, wait a minute. If we do it 7, they got the best returner. They're going to score. Well, they're going to get in a position.
So
where we don't like-
basically, the
I said, we
Predators
kick
have
it
the
out of
best
bounds.
return person.
We
in
kick
the
it out of
business.
bounds.
Right. And then
We
they
kick
kick-
it out of bounds.
Yeah.
Well, if you do that
Guess
5
what?
or 6 times,
That's 5 points.
that's a lot different than
That's right.
the last
The
4
one.
minutes of the game that I was
Correct.
focusing on. 1 point may not matter.
But throughout the
so
game.
yes, yeah, I was for it, but it got knocked down. But next year's another thing. What
We'll
happened?
reevaluate, yep.
What the owners talked about was we kind of want to. We don't want to make so many changes yet. You get what I mean? I think maybe one day it'll come up. You know what I mean? Again, just like we brought the Nets back this year, maybe we'll bring that up. And they said after we see how this year goes with the Nets, that may be a great thing because you kick it out of bounds 5 or 6 times. That's a lot of points there.
And
it's not the one point.
And you're right about this year bringing back the Nets. Fans, you're going to see a totally different style of offense, a totally different style of special teams because now the opposing team or the Predators running down on kickoffs, we got to not only look for where the ball is going, we got to be ready to get blocked, and we got to also not cross the 5-yard line until the returner catches it freely and turns around. So that's going to be something different for me because back in my day, they didn't care. They just came at you, okay? But kids are different now, and I'm glad they put that rule in. But I think they put that rule in 09. I could be wrong.
I don't know.
But anyway,
But,
I'm excited about that.
It also, the Nets also, you play an Iron Man, right? Some of these guys, that's their playoff. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Because they get to kick it out. You know what I mean? He either gets a deuce or he misses it, or they kick it out of bounds.
Right now,
not now.
Now you
better have somebody on there running down because it's important.
And listen, some of the coaches wanted to kind of say, "Oh no, let's put somebody else in there."
Oh, they talked about, because I'm allowed to talk about any of the rules stuff. So,
AIT, be ready. I might tell you to pull the plug.
we talked about possibly, changing, having a full different whole team,
just for special teams.
whoever,
Just
special
for special
teams.
teams.
But that's not Iron Man.
It's not Iron Man. Now it's a different. Now they may revisit that next year.
Yeah,
but
well, we're gonna listen. We're gonna revisit things every year to make the game better, to make it more fan friendly, entertaining. And if we happen to do something, then like this year with the Nets, and not do the point, and then next year, that point will change
that
everything
change.
because
That
guess
would
what?
change.
We played what's his name? He didn't have the best returner. Say la vie, we're sending that ball to the stands.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
So
Now that rule, just so everybody knows, that 1-point rule was just to the outsides. If you kick it and it goes over a player's head but under a net, then
it's a dead ball.
it's a dead ball.
Yeah,
If it
yeah,
goes
it's a
over
dead
the
ball.
net, and I
We're
don't know,
just
it'd
talking
be nice to-
sidelines.
It'd
There
be
ain't
nice
no
to
way.
have someone with that.
There's no way to kick it over the net.
But if you hit it over the net, first we'll applaud you, but then it's just a dead ball. So over and under were dead. It was just to the sides to avoid a great
because
returner.
they want and they want the game to be where so entertaining that when you see how these athletes, it's amazing. You got to be a special athlete to be a returner. Now, back in the day, it's all straight on like old school football. So I'm excited. I think I came back at the right time with the Nets. I kind of understand it. I'm looking.
And Mike, he understands it a little bit, don't he? Coach Mike.
You mean Coach Mark?
Mark
Novell.
I
Let me
was
tell you,
thinking-
Coach Novell knows just a little bit about special
Coach
teams. Not
Mark,
a whole
sorry.
lot, just a little bit. He just taught me how to return kicks, so he knows a little bit.
Well, Herky's like, you hired a Coach Mike?
Yeah, I was like, who is Coach Mike, bro? I don't know. I know Coach Mark.
Yeah, there's 3 of them.
Yeah, my goodness. Who else you hired?
But that was funny. I'm going to tell that quick story, because we talked to you, we interviewed you, you brought up, Mark and stuff, and, him teaching you and stuff like that. Not have anything to do what you talked about. We had a meeting with Mark about different things, and he talks about how he used to teach people about the Nets and where to play it off. We hit it, we have to know exactly what area we know from where it's going to hit to be. Blah. And I said, I think I heard this story before.
Yeah.
I said, and then he he mentioned about he'd love to come back as a special team. And then what happens?
Yes,
Well,
yeah.
you on the show.
Yeah,
and
I didn't
you
know.
bring it
Hey,
up.
I didn't know that.
And so right then, me and Nate look, we were Shawn,
Yeah.
and we're like, wait a minute, it's like a script.
Hey, I didn't.
Hey,
Hey,
listen, that's
no, no,
why
no.
I did what I did with Mark,
Right,
and
right.
you know.
Let me
it's
tell you about
beautiful.
him. He is a no nonsense kind of coach. He's just, hey, this is how you do it. This is how we're going to do it. Period. And we had a team where we listened. I mean, we were one of the top returns for years because the way he schemes. So that's going to be so important to have him on the sideline because this guy knows the game, and I look forward to him teaching the kids because I'm going to be like, yep, he's right. I'm telling you, you better do it. He had linemen, the Webby Burnett's, the Rusty Russells, running down, full speed, under control. Webby, and I believe it was the 2000 championship down in Tampa. Webby had a sack. We call him Yum Yum, Webby Burnett, number 78. He had a sack in the end zone when they was trying to return the kick. That's how fast Mark had these guys running, and they hustle. So, Coach, God bless you. I don't know if you're watching or not, but I had no idea they had talked to you. I just thought you'd be a good fit. There you go.
Well, it was hilarious.
Well, you
'cause-
both said the same thing.
Yeah.
It was perfect.
And no one knew who the head coach was, so we couldn't see anything. We're like looking at each other, smiling, and he's like, "Yeah, Herky, this, that." No, I talked to you. And we're like, "Don't slip." I'm in my head. I'm going, "Don't slip, Shawn. Don't say it. Don't slip." But somehow Crazy and I made it through. But,
Yeah, and it's you saw Mark's post. I mean, he's
Yeah,
very excited.
he's
Oh,
ready.
yeah,
You
you know
see
what? He said he's very excited, not only on the sponsorship side, which is wonderful. Speaking of that, I'm sure you guys will talk about that later on. But him, getting back coaching, because that's what we love to do. We love to coach. We love to teach. And he's one of those guys, he's all in. I mean, he's all in, and I look forward to learning from him again. And we're going to do some great things here in Orlando. I look forward to it.
Yeah,
Well,
awesome. And you know what I'm going to start doing tomorrow night?
Breaking down film.
Watching film, baby.
You're late, buddy.
Yep. Tomorrow night,
you're late.
I start. I couldn't. I had NAL.
That's all right. But we made it. We made it through.
Yep, we're through it. Now tomorrow we start breaking down film.
Well, I've been slacking here on my filling in for Pat. I forgot to pull up the show in the comments, but everything's great because everybody's
Shawn's
everybody's on board 100%. Everybody's giving you kudos. Lonnie Outlaw.
For an example.
Let's get in it.
Hey,
Let's go.
For an example, Lonnie Outlaw is what, 7'1"?
He's like my height.
No.
What?
How tall is he? Okay,
Okay,
so
a little shorter than me.
I want you to imagine I don't know all the kids' names, so forgive me. Listen, let me say this real quick. All of you former players, I don't know you. I'm just telling you now, you're going to have to try out like everybody else is because I don't know you. You may got years of experience, but I remember number 9 because he was tall. Well, anyway, a guy like that, I'm going to put him on one side if he makes the team. Know what I'm saying? I'm being honest with you.
Yeah,
if he makes the team.
No.
I will put an athlete like that, and I will oscillate him. And I will say, John, you're 5'10". You're 5'11". You're not, but if you were.
I wish I was.
Go ahead.
You are.
It would be, that was good, wasn't it? That was very good. I didn't see it. For those of you who didn't hear what I said, it was good. I didn't mean it, but it was the truth. John, hey, guess what? Here's the great part. Here's the great part. Here's the great part. Hey, here's the great part. John couldn't say nothing because he was like, oh, what? He's right. Anyway, so a guy like Outlaw, you just throw the ball off the net and let him get it. I remember of course, my son, number 22, number 11, number 4.
Yeah, that's what I love. He
21.
knows everybody's numbers. He knows.
I know their
everybody by
numbers. Yeah, I know their numbers.
Yeah.
22,
And 2.
4.
Right?
No,
Number
2 is defense. Jenkins, yeah, he's
Yeah.
yeah. So 22, 4, 11, 9, and 21. Those guys right there. And I was talking, what's the head coach name for Albany? Minute?
Menace.
Minute.
Yes.
Coach.
Minute.
Yep. Coach M.
What he said to me yesterday was powerful. And I'll go ahead and tell him. He said if he had that team,
Last year, if he had our Predators team last year.
He said, now this is the Albany coach who's won how many championships?
2 in a row.
2 in a row. He said to me yesterday, Coach Herkey, if I had that team, I would have won a championship. Now, I don't know what that means, but I hadn't studied any film, but for a 2-time NAL championship coach to say the team that the Predators had last year, he would have won, that's saying something.
Well, that's why you're here now, and we're moving forward, you know, and that's why we're going to break down film. You're going to look at, you're going to look at your stuff, and I'm going to help you break it down.
Right, you do whatever you got to do,
Since
John.
it's a continuation of the breakdown.
Right.
Going.
He's going his breakdown. He better hope his
I was just going to say.
Hey, you asked her.
Just for the record.
You asked her, and she said yes.
She
said yes. I know she was going out of here. I lost him. I lost him again.
It's all going to pay. When is the championship? In August? August 23? That's
August, yeah.
okay. August 23, everything's going to work out.
That's right.
We're good again.
Is anybody saying anything?
A lot of people saying stuff. Back to the Nets. Tom Travers saying, without the Nets, there's a lull after every kickoff. And that's exactly
That
right.
is correct.
But again, we have the Nets. None of these other leagues have the net, do they?
No.
Exactly.
No,
Differentiates.
we're the first ones back.
We're the ones with the
Yeah.
Nets.
Yeah.
We're the ones doing this. And this is all part of the whole thing about Iron Man. We're getting back to our roots. We're getting back to speeding this up, having things going, and just great smash mouth football. It's just
right. I
nonstop.
like that.
That's the way it is.
And you know what? I want everybody to start getting this. The type of football we're going to play is exciting, explosive, and edgy.
Edgy.
I like the edgy
I
part.
like the edgy.
Don't you like the edgy part?
Yeah.
Can I tell you the difference? Okay.
Yeah.
Special
I feel
team.
like Timon or Pumbaa. Yeah.
Hey, special team is going to be exciting. Okay. Offense is going to be explosive. The defense is going to be real edgy.
And
what I like that, I'm talking about defense wins championships.
Yep.
I'm just going to tell you right now. Defense wins championships.
There's
So
a lot of teams in the NFL you can ask that question
that's right.
to, right?
That's right.
They
So-
had that offense, but
So
they
I
didn't have that
hope
defense.
the players that are watching, I don't know if you're getting in shape, but you better be in shape because if you come to training camp trying to get in shape, too late. And I have very, very tough skin. I'm not worried about you hurting my feelings because you can't. You can say whatever you want to, but you got to show me that you can play football for how many weeks? 16?
Yep.
Is it 16?
Yeah.
Is it 16
About
weeks.
16 weeks.
Well, Tim Sass, he agrees with us.
Who is
He
this?
says, Tim Sass, he says, pedal to the floor, smash mouth, fast-paced football. Let's go. Then I see Outlaw, number 70, Murray the King.
Murray.
Boy. And then Outlaw's saying, yes, sir. So he's
Get in shape, get
Oh,
ready.
smart
get
call.
ready.
Smart call, Lonnie.
Listen, I think I said it in the press conference last week. Yes, I'm a hard coach, but I'm a fair coach. We're going to have fun.
That's it.
The whole thing
It
is
should be fun.
Let's have fun.
I hate to tell you, winning's fun.
Yeah, winning is fun.
Winning is fun.
We're going to have fun at practice. We're going to, and for those of you who are watching, Deion Sanders has a theme song in their locker room. So who's ever creative, I want a theme song that has to do with the way we play football and the way we practice, because we're going to rep and rep and rep and rep, and with everybody's going to know the rules like the back of their hands. So you'll know not to crack back him, or you'll know not to harsh call him. But if they got dreads, I don't care what you do, tackle him. All right? So I'm looking forward. Any more comments?
Well, Pat's now able to watch, so he's going to see how bad I've screwed up his
Oh, yeah,
position.
Pat. Hey, Pat, come back, Pat.
No,
Pat, come
no,
back.
it's
Hey, Pat,
it's all right,
Pat,
Pat.
it was only the beginning, the middle, and the end. We're good.
Oh, sure.
No, he's doing good. No,
Ricky's
hey,
on board. Now he's throwing me under the bus, right?
he's doing good, Pat. He's doing good. He's going to be one of those type of general managers that will work. You guys are seeing. I mean, everybody knows John, but we're new. We're new here.
Yep,
And,
we're at the newbies, right?
We're new, and we may make a few mistakes, but we will correct them. But why don't you tell? Have we told the people where to get tickets?
Today? No, go ahead. Let's go. Bring it. John, do you have anything?
We're throwing IT here, so there he goes.
There you go. Go ahead. Zoom in, baby, right there. We're going to zoom in.
Kudos to you,
1-800-605-1837. Give them a call. Let's get some, buy some season tickets. And I want to tell you, we're working on it today. Today, a lot of information went out that we're working on this concert series.
Okay.
So,
I think this might be the first time we've announced that.
no, I talked about it a little bit.
Did you?
Yeah, I talked about it. We're trying to let it out there. We're trying to give people some information. You're better off buying season tickets. Yeah,
Yes.
now, because
Tell them why. Tell 'em.
because things are going to change when
if
we get
listen-
ZZ Top play, we get Marshall Tucker.
Tickets are going up.
Yeah, tickets are going to change.
Yeah.
And
If you're in now, you're grandfathered in.
Yeah, we don't care. You got your season
got your
tickets.
seat,
I
you're
get
good.
it. You're in that front row. You're paying $125. Actually, front row sold out. The
One
end
end of
zone,
the
one
end
end
zone
zone
sold out. We had
VIP section, that's already sold out.
Wow.
We opened up the other side. So you need to get your season tickets as soon as you can, because I think in the long run you're going to have unbelievable. Well,
Yeah,
you already have unbelievable value
Yeah.
for what
Yes.
we do and the show we put on. The people that go are dedicated fans, like who's here in the audience. It's a show, and we have a great time. You know what I mean? And even the games that we lost. I know last season was a tough season, but I gotta admit, every game at home, it was exciting. I mean, we were in it. You know what I mean? It was some that we should have definitely won, but it was awesome. So. Go online,
Yes.
order your tickets. Mary Beth is out there.
Well, we're gonna lead into that.
Oh,
Just
I kinda-
real quick.
look.
Hey, IT, I'm sorry. If you can just go back there 1 second. No one lets the short guy talk. All right, so here's the drill. That's what I said.
Which one?
Herky
Hey,
didn't know.
I'm the tallest here. Watch out.
So again, on there's the phone number, and you see OrlandoPredators.com, but sales at OrlandoPredatorsFootball.com. So you can also send out to sales, SALES, at OrlandoPredatorsFootball.com, and will get you that way. And also, not just for season tickets. If you have a corporation, if you want to sponsor, we have tons of packages for sponsorship. If you know of somebody, please let us know. Again, use the same phone numbers, and then use sales at OrlandoPredatorsFootball.com. And I mean, hey, who wouldn't want to be on a net? How would you like to have your name up on a net?
That'd be wonderful.
Yep, John, you want to show that again? But, right there, look, we're going to sell one side and the other side.
That's wonderful.
One side and the other side, and then someone else on the one side and the other side. So this way you're on both sides for the kickoffs. You know what I mean? Whether they're kicking this way or this way.
Yep, you might have both left sides and both right sides, or if you want, you
All
can buy all four.
All four.
We're okay with that.
Yep. And these corporations, they want viewership.
That's
and
right.
of course it'll be if you're a nationwide company, it'll be on the games, like it'll be broadcasted in Albany and the other
Antonio.
7 states, San Antonio,
Yep.
Columbus, Georgia, Fayetteville, and where else?
Texas, West Texas,
West Texas,
Odessa,
and then-
San Antonio.
And then
San
San
Antonio.
Antonio.
Yeah.
We
and
got
what's it? Fayetteville.
Fayetteville.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
So there you go. What else you got, Herc? I know
That's
you're
really,
headed out.
I just want to tell all the fans, we look forward to 2023. Players, if you're watching or if you know other players that are interested, we're going to have further information about when there's going to be a little workout, but I need to figure all that out first. But start getting in shape, fans. Buy your season tickets because it's going to be a very, very interesting, exciting, explosive, edgy type of season. And we want to play all the games, and we want to finish up the championship at Amway.
And possibly all 7 games will be played on a Saturday.
Yep.
That'd be great.
Yep.
Oh,
We
yeah.
have some tentative stuff
Oh,
going on.
yeah.
We can't wait to release that. Before we let you go, I'm sorry, because Pat'll take me out if I don't get on there. So, all right, so we had
But he has to go.
Tim
so couple
Sash
questions.
again said the talent is there. We just need the guidance, and that's you. So that's why we have her.
That's it.
For the guidance.
Okay.
PJ Jack, you hit it on the head. Need to be real conditioned for Ironman football. Great point of emphasis. Some people want to know your theme song. So
We're working on it.
So
Boomcastle is going to work on
we've
it.
got all sorts of people. We've got all sorts of people who work on music for you. So
All right.
Well, thank y'all so much for having me, John. Bless
Thanks
you.
for coming.
Shawn,
Don't
thank
worry,
you.
you'll be
All
on the
right,
show a
buddy.
bunch of times.
Thank you.
Turkey Walls, baby. Thanks.
so
So go ahead. Do you want to read some other ones, or we want to
I think
throw it to a commercial?
you know what? Let's throw it to a commercial.
Go ahead, young boy. Throw it to a commercial. You got one? All right, there's Car Console Covers, baby.
Hey, there we are.
One of our sponsors. Oh, we got an
All right.
audience question. Yeah.
Brittany, I told you not to let anybody ask questions.
I need a little magic in my life.
There you go.
No, the motion guy. Every time I always watch the motion guy in motion, half the time the ref give a little
Okay.
Of offside.
Okay, so I'm going to cut.
So the question.
God, you got the whole question. So I'm putting it in my mind. Go ahead. Keep going.
So basically, the question is the guy in motion,
Yep.
right, breaks that, and the referees kind of give him a little leeway
And I'll tell you why.
before they get over. They're already past the line.
Okay.
And was that discussed?
Yes, it was discussed, and I'll tell you what the rule is. So when you watch it, if you want to think about it in college and NFL and all that, right, he would be offsides. The thing is, as long as something, so he could totally break the line of scrimmage.
But the back.
You know what I mean? But if his leg is still behind and he's in front and he's passing the ball,
Yeah.
he's still onside. If his whole body goes past the line of scrimmage and then they snap it, then he's offside. They looked at that and brought it up because I even, you know what I mean? Sometimes it looks like, damn. But you got to be looking down that line, and as long as a hand is back, part of the
A heel, a toe, if it's in there, you're
and
in.
he's running, he's definitely broke the line of scrimmage. And that's why I thought it was a penalty at that point, but it's not. When its whole body and everything is past it, the ball, then it's a penalty.
Hey,
So, that was a great question, buddy.
Yeah, thank you.
We even brought it up because even, sometimes I was like, what determines that, because watching it, here's the other thing. I'm watching it from a way different angle, you know what I mean? But he looks like he's way by it, you know what I mean? But he's saying as
But they're
long
right
as
there.
the arm, leg, toe, pointer, the finger, something is still behind, even though he broke it, which normally in other sports would be offside,
Yep.
it's not in our league. That's good with the motion.
I want to take a second and thank somebody, Tim Sash again, who had some comments earlier, but I'm going to take the time to thank you because he said, already got the down payment paid.
There you go,
There we
baby.
go. So thank you, Tim.
Thank
That's what we
you.
like to hear.
Yeah,
Only
hey, and tell everybody who's been at our game, go tell one person what kind of time you had, because there's nobody that goes to the game that doesn't have a good time. All right, what's your next question?
Okay, kickoff. The ball hits the iron and goes out of bounds. 5-yard line.
Okay, so that came up too.
Good.
So that's what I'm gonna do. So that came up too. So the question was asked. Now with the nets, the ball's kicked, and it hits the crossbar and goes out of bounds.
Okay, so regular rule, right? The only time the ball's put at the 5 is if they get a deuce, right? When they kick a deuce, it goes to the 5-yard line. When they kick it out of bounds or they kick it to the side, it goes to the 20. Correct? So it would go to the 20.
It's like a dead ball, right? It
If
bounced
it hits
off.
there and goes out of bounds, it's not considered that he kicked it out of bounds. It's considered he hit the back. It goes to the 20.
But if we could play it off of that post, then it's all
If
good.
it goes in the field of play,
That's it.
That's going to be a fun one. I was envisioning that already. You know what I mean? Because if it hits coming down at velocity on that lower bar, that thing is
You're right.
coming back.
Yeah.
That's a live ball.
So someone's got to be paying attention in the back, because that ball could come back to. In fact, that's one of the things he says. Think we could train the kicker to hit the bar every time?
Yeah, you know how
He literally said
how
that.
you see it. I brought it up.
Yeah.
I said,
Right.
you see it on these YouTube channels that the guy is just kicking it and hitting the crossbar every time. We want one of them.
Yeah.
Mark Lewis, our former kicker, he has a kicking school right there.
Yeah, we want accuracy,
That's it.
but you still need distance.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely distance.
Yep, you got to get it there. And so the ball will look exactly like this, but it'll be our old brown ball. Right? It was ordered already. We ordered all the balls. Everybody's ordering theirs. We're trying to get a sponsor. We may have one, but we're trying to get one. You can get your name on the ball. I'll tell you flat out, it's $13,000 if you want it from Orlando Predators. You'll get a panel. You'll have your own panel with your logo on it for all the games. So if you're interested in that. And then, like we said, we have the nets. We'll talk dollars
Well,
on
just
that. There's
talking-
a lot of things.
Talking about the balls, because people are like, oh, okay, 13,000, but those balls go into stands a lot.
Yeah, and people have them. People
And
take
people
them.
have them, and
Hey,
they take them,
people-
and they show everybody. That's pretty good advertising for your company.
And they don't just stay there. They come back on the field and get signed
Yep.
by everybody.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So everybody's seeing the P. Everybody's seeing the logo. We're working on a sponsor. Like, we're hoping we're going to do something with them.
Yep.
Which will be Army. So we're figuring out whether they're going to do patch, ball. The only problem with the ball situation, it's got to be done within these next 2 weeks.
Because it takes
once
so
the
long to
order
get
goes in, comes back out, then they have to change it and set up and print each ball, which wouldn't look like what it does now. It'll be a different graphic on
They
it.
have to do.
We rather have it done just like this and.
Well, and the other side is just the amount of time it takes.
Yeah.
Because we need to get the balls back in
Yeah.
time for the season, or we're in a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
So I think
Within a week.
end of the month. The end of the month was cut off, wasn't
Yeah.
it?
So we got today's the 19th.
Yeah. So end of the month, we have to have
make a
that
decision who
in
goes
there.
on the ball and be done with it.
Yep, and move on. But let's see, Josh Winsett, he wanted to know if there was any update on the jersey auction. No, not right now. We don't really.
We're working on possibly putting a whole new store with better merchandise up. I was on a phone conference today about it, and we're working on that. And we're going to see. It may be able to be done in our app that we're building. Where we'll send out blast to all our fans, you know what I mean? Auction now, and then we put the jersey on it, and then sell them off.
You know what? You brought that up. I'm actually glad you brought that up. Our app. I don't know how many of our fans out there, how many people know that we have an app. Now it's in progress.
Yeah,
but you
it's
can
just
actually
there.
download the app right now, the Orlando
Yep.
Predators app, so you can see what it's going to look like, have a feel of what's going on, and then
Yeah.
as we keep continuing and get closer to the season and adding stuff to it, you'll be ready to go, because with that app, we'll be able to shoot you information instantaneously.
Well, and the other thing that we're doing, we're building a platform for tickets, our own personal platform.
Don't get us in trouble
Yeah.
with anybody.
No, with our thing, our personal platform,
Yeah.
and it's ours. I don't care about
No,
that.
no. I meant the person that we're gonna crush.
No,
we're
no,
gonna
no.
crush somebody.
So, with that said, we're going to have access where they're going to be able to send out things right to your phone instantly, get your notification. Say we were doing a 50-50 raffle at the game. You go right on your phone. You're going to be able to swipe it, buy the tickets. You got your number, fourth quarter, the number's drawn. It'll flash on the Jumbotron and let you know if that's your number. It'll tell you your tickets.
Yep.
So we're trying to improve with the app, with
The website.
with tickets, with the way you'll be able to, your phone big time of communicating back and forth with tickets and different events that we're doing. So let's say the coach wants to put out a message. He can record something, you can record, hey, I'm going to be at such and such and such. He hits send. It goes to every one of our fans. And, hey, this is Herky Walls here. I'm going to be at such and such. This is what we're doing. It's going to be instantaneous, quick notification. And this way we inform our fans what we're doing, where we're doing. Now, we've had a lot going on recently. We're going to have a lot going on, over the next month or two again. But after that, then we're going to focus on all these events we need to get out to. You know what I mean? We're going to get Herky out there. We're going to get him to schools. We're going to get him in front of people, because we talk, we want, everybody needs to talk Orlando Predators, because every time I'm in Volusia County, that's where I live, and so many people just don't know we're back, you know what I mean? And I try to, everyone I run into, and it's funny, first of all, if we only had the people that told me I didn't know you were back in the stands, we'd be sold out every game. That's the first thing.
That's true.
And second thing is, everyone that I talked to loved it. It's a blast. No one, I didn't have everybody had a blast.
No.
I got to tell the story, you know what I mean? I got to tell the story. So I have our sign on my fence. I own a landscape company in Volusia County that says, Orlando Predators and some other things out there. Long story short, my secretary tells me, hey, you got to go to a meeting. This lady right down the road. I don't normally try to do side jobs, but if it's if it's local and it's people that are close to I do it because I should do it. You know what I mean? So I go, beautiful home, blah, blah, blah. I walk out, and she comes walking out with Orlando Predators shirt on. And I'm like, oh, that's funny. Who'd you talk to? She's like, what are you talking about? I was like, they told you at the office, right? She goes, what are you talking about? I go, you're Orlando Predators. She goes, what? It's the Predators. I used to go all the time. I said, well, I'm one of the owners. And she's like, what? I thought she did it because somebody at the office told her.
What? They're back?
But yeah, and it's funny. She said, do as many of times that they left, and they shouldn't have. They should have stayed right where they're at. If you know what I mean.
There was some stories she told you can't talk about on here, but she had some good ones.
Yeah, she had it was
some
back
good
in the
ones.
day. It was crazy fun, but I said we're trying to bring back most of it. You know what I mean? Most of it. But yeah, she had a great time, and And that's the thing, everybody needs to talk about it.
Yep.
When you're out there, wear as much Predator stuff out there. I'm going to get the Florida Spring Youth Football League. We're going to get them to know somehow. We're going to get every one of those families that have kids that play in the Florida State Football League, the 8-on-8 Spring League, know that the Orlando Predators back. What we got to start doing is working on all the high schools. All these high schools around and grammar school, they all need to know the Predators back.
Yep.
Kids love football. We just got to let them know it's back. Once they bring their kid, we have the parents. And then once the parents see the game, they'll be there.
Yep.
Now, and there's some things. We got an Amway meeting Thursday.
Yep.
We're going to go to the Amway and see if we can do some things, see what we can work out with the Amway that may make it better. I don't know what that is because, seriously, it's the top of the state-of-the-art arena, and I understand
We have what I think is the best football location of all the teams.
by far.
Yeah.
And I say this, and whether it gets me in trouble or not, it has nothing to do with the league. I wish we could do something to lower the prices, to be honest with you, for food and stuff like that. We have no control. We have zero. I have no say. You know what I mean? So we can't fix things that we have no say over.
And if he has no say, you can imagine what say I've got. So I'm just saying. So we got a question out there. What do we got?
The cowbells, the real loud cowbells are free. I have like about 4 of them. One time, they would allow us to bring them in. They sell, could you ask her about that?
Yes.
And another thing, signs. Tom Schreiber, for years, had in-your-face signs. Last year, he came to one game, and they would not allow him to bring
Well,
So
here's what we're
cowbells.
going to do.
So the question was, can we? Years ago, you could bring cowbells in, right? So we had the cowbells of people going nuts with the Predators, and signage. We had, and they weren't huge signs. They were just regular, billboard signs.
Listen,
But now they won't. They didn't let them in the last 2 seasons. But would we be able to talk to them and see if that could be done? Which we could talk about anything. We just don't know.
So they did not allow. Now, did he bring it in the year before?
Yes.
Okay, so that was probably. Listen, we run into certain things all the time. I was not allowed to go down in the elevator. You get what I mean? And that was got pretty ugly for me. Because we changed to ride the motorcycles, and then we changed back, and I left my credentials on the bike, when we got out and stuff like that. But they're all trying to do a job, but we're going to make sure, at the meeting, we'll bring it up. One, cowbells are big at football games. There's no reason we can't have them. It's all part of the fun, the excitement. It's not causing anything. That's one. 2, posters, reasonable size posters. I don't know, it will come up. I don't know if there's a rule, but like you go to the Jaguar games, they hand them to you while you walk in. You know what I mean? Let's go, whatever that is. You just, no matter who does it, you just be respectful from the people behind you. You want to hold it up like that. You hold it up behind you like this, and now I'm watching the game. That's how that happens.
Yeah.
But
we can ask. We'll ask him.
Yeah. But we have a list. We'll put it on. There's a bunch of things we're going to go through. One of the things we're checking out our nets. We're actually buying new nets, but the frames. We got to check out our frames and stuff, and then just sit down and have a meeting, see about this concert series, see how we can make it work, and make the whole thing even better than last year.
I know it's probably getting towards the end here, but I want
It is.
to reach out, just go through some more because I apologize. Everybody's been sending things in. That's great. Reggie Parker, he's so looking forward to tryouts. Thanks, Reggie. So are we. We
Yes,
can't
Reggie.
wait. As soon as we have those locations and dates and times, we'll let everybody know. Let's see. Brian Wright, theme song, Let the Bodies Hit the Floor by Drowning Pool. I like that. Send this stuff in. This is what we need. That's what we need. Tom, we talked about you a little bit. Brian, right? It's similar to hockey on the offside thing we were talking about. Let's see. Josh, you're welcome. You'll know what that's for. Tim Bailing, and first of all, again, from us, all of the organization, thank you very much. And I'll lead into that just because he's got a floor suite. He got it again. He got his floor suite again this season.
There you go. Thank you very much.
What a blast to watch these games, meet the owners. So, yeah, Nate and John are fantastic owners. These guys are great. And last year, he says, you guys are awesome. So,
I appreciate
it. Thanks. Wow, let's see. There's a ton of stuff here. I won't be able to get through all
Well,
this.
it's good. I mean, that means
Ticket
Good.
pickup
That means
parties,
people
we're
are
talking
watching.
about. So, you know, that is great. Now, what another thing that we're going to go, since everything's kind of a throwback with us right now, we're bringing Herky back, right?
Yep.
And then Herky's out. Keep paying attention. You'll see what's going on. But we've got someone else we brought back, didn't we?
Yes.
So, hey, IT, you want to let people know who we brought back?
There you go.
There she is. She's back. Mary Beth is back.
Yep.
So everybody,
First sales associate.
everybody
Awesome.
that knows Mary
Need
Beth
tickets?
loves
Give her a call.
And so here's Mary Beth for you, right? So we put the number on there and told you to reach out to sales. She said no. Give her personal number and her email. So Mary Beth's like ready to go. She's like, nope, tell them to contact me directly. So if you get a call from Mary Beth, you know you're taken care of because she's fantastic and she knows what she's doing. You know, John, Nate, myself are so happy, you know, that you're back on the team with the Orlando
Absolutely.
Predators. So kudos to us. Another great hire we got.
Yeah, I mean, you know, she's been around a long time. I mean, I don't know, you know what I mean? It's funny. One of the things I remember with the Predators is I'm driving home and she calls me and says, hey, John, I got to move your tickets. You know what I mean? And I said, whatever, just put me wherever you got to do. You know what I mean? And I was, you know, and she was doing sales then. And then I happened to, you know, become partners with Nate. It was pretty funny. Yes. I did call her today and I said, can I get better seats?
So Mary,
I did.
Mary
I
Beth,
said, can you
just
move me
reached out.
closer?
So you could throw
I
the
did. You
shoe.
could ask her. Yeah, she did. She goes, I think we can.
She said yes.
Oh, she did.
She said, so happy to be there. Tell John yes.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Yeah, I think we had a good show. Oh, I want to thank Rider Now magazine. If you could, if you know anybody that has these, I have about, I don't know, maybe 30 of them left, but it's their 29th, and they have it, it's their August. There's about 4 pages of Orlando Predators football pictures in there, and they're awesome.
They've always been great to us. So Rider Now magazine's always been fantastic to us. And not only that, people think, oh, it's a motorcycle magazine, Rider Now.
It's a
But
charity.
It's charity.
It's charity, and
most of the stuff they do is all about charity, right? And
Well, if you look on the front page, it says charity-driven magazine.
Yep.
And she's going to help us tremendously with the Orlando Predators Football Foundation. Thank you very much, Val, for helping us out there with Rider Now magazine. But when you're out and about and you see it, pick it up. You know what I mean? Check it out. It's just got some interesting stories in there, and it's not about motorcycles. It's about, you know, people advertise about motorcycles, but some of the stuff in there is really good. It's a lot of Veterans Corner, you know what I mean? You'll see a lot of stories in here, and great job, Val.
may see a few people you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, okay, sorry. Thank you, IT. It's ridernowmagazine.com. Who knows, you might see some pictures of people you know, right?
Yeah, if you go, that's right. You can all actually go online, pull it up, and scroll through the pages, and I guarantee there'll be somebody you know somewhere in there.
Yep.
especially if you've been to a Predator game.
All right.
Are we good?
I don't know.
I think
Are
we're
we?
good. We'll see you in 2 weeks. We'll see you. I don't want to say 2 weeks because I get a little messed up at that first and third Monday. So 2 weeks from now, on the first Monday of September,
And then the third
there'll be
Monday.
a lot of
October.
See that? October.
I'm telling you, we
Where
don't
am
know. We're out of it.
Yeah,
We
we're
need some
kind
rest.
of.
We need
Yeah.
some rest.
We're gonna see we're gonna see a lot of football too between now and then. Pick tonight. Well, I like the Bills. I like Josh Allen. I think I think he's one of the best quarterbacks in the league by far. By far. No. Yeah, one of the best quarterbacks.
By far.
Best quarterback in the league. Minnesota, Philly.
I'm going with Minnesota.
Yeah, me too. I'll take Minnesota. Yeah, well, I tell you what, I was a little aggravated. You know, I enjoy the game, you know, odds stuff, you know. And now with football, it's getting me aggravated that they got the betting stuff that call in, put it in, you know what I mean? And then the team, when you're up by 10 and you need 3 points, any freaking coach is going to take the points, the 3, because you need the 3. It's part of what you need. You need that, and you need a onside kick. So if it's 4th down and long twice, you kick it, and then it leaves you more time on the clock. He purposely was trying to win the game, not win the game, cover the spread.
Spread.
100%, and it pissed me off, and I lost. You sit down and with any coach, I'm not mentioning games, mentioning levels, but you'll know what I mean, and you sit down and you talk to any coach, and they'll break it down. The only chance to win the game is exactly what he didn't do.
Hey, this gives me a good chuckle. Too bad Herky's gone, but Freddie Booth Lloyd says he can play quarterback.
No.
And you know what? You know what? Freddie, you probably can play quarterback. We're not putting you there. But you can. I'm not saying you can't. I'm just saying you won't. but I won't. I'm probably not allowed in the locker room now.
Well, Freddie, I have a really bad vision of you dropping back, swiveling your hips. You know what I mean? It's just.
Yeah. Again, not that you can't do it.
I love you, man.
We love you. We love you. We're not saying you can't do it.
I got to get that out of my. All right, it's gone.
All right, I'm ready.
All right, everybody. Hey, thanks for PR Tacos and
Margarita Bar.
See, that's it. There's one part we got done now. Thank you for having us here. Thank you for Cycle Fever TV for live streaming this, putting this out there to break down live. And, you know what we didn't talk about, it's not finished. It's not like a secret. If you take a chance, go want to look at something. It's called HoovieTV.com.
Yep.
Punch it in. You're going to see the NAL little thing there. You're going to see the Orlando Predators. We're trying to get a channel on there for every one of our teams through the NAL, be on there. And even working on, ready for this one? Possibly a helmet cam from a ref.
On the ref.
That you could go to our page, and if you wanted to view it through the helmet, you know, the ref's angle camera, you click on that and watch that view.
But you will be
We're
ejected
working
from
on
the
it.
game if you try to take him out just to be on the camera. I'm forewarning you right now, because I can see it happening. He's got a camera. I want an extreme close-up. You will be out of the game.
Yeah.
Or you will actually be out of the league.
This season and next season.
Yes. Hoovie.
Hoovie.tv.
Yeah.
And just type in Hoovie, it'll go.
Oh, you know what? We should spell Hoovie because I misspelled the name Bob, so I'm just going to do this. Yeah. H-U-V-I.
Hey, I'm going to make
Hoovie. H-U-V-I.TV.
Hey, that looks like a shirt I saw this weekend.
Oh, my God.
we can't talk about that.
You know what? Thanks. I got to get that out too now.
Hey, thanks for watching. We'll catch you in a couple weeks. And
Pat will be back. I'm sure I'll be
Yep,
in a
thanks.
couple of segments. But
thank Brittany. Thank IT John.
Yeah.
Let's go, Preds.
Thanks, Milton. Milton with some questions. Go Preds.